else think that when it comes to sex education, sex on TV, or the view on sex has changed over the years? Sex is a word that was thought of as a bad word, but now is used quite often. Have things really changed over the years? Is sex education even working? TV, I believe, has a major impact on why things have changed. This topic catches my eye for two reasons. One, I have a cousin that's a teenage mother. I see the look she gets, the people that turn away from her, and the struggles she goes through. Second, I have a teenage sister. It makes me wonder why things are changing and how to prevent her from being a teenage mom when sex seems to be the main topic no matter where you look. When it comes to sex education, is it effective? I believe that some kids take sex as a laughing matter. According to Guttmacher.org, 13% of teens under the age of 15 have had sex before the age of 19. 70% have had some type of intercourse. These are all ages that would have previously taken a sex ed course, but yet the rates are up. I have found that teen pregnancy is decreasing, but the fact that teens do not know what to do when pregnancy does occur is the problem. 82% of teens have unintended pregnancies, and a little over 50% have planned births. This is all things that teens should have learned about when taking sex ed in school. As statistics show, teens remember talking about STDs and abstinence, but do not recall talking about protection or even birth control. When taking sex ed, it is easier to show pictures to show teens what could happen with an STD, but when showing pictures of children, they don't think about how that could be them. When thinking about how sex could be talked about to make a point, I believe parents need to take a stand. According to Avert.org, talking about sex isn't something that most teens want to talk about with their parents. But when parents can be open about it, teens really do listen. This also helps with having that open relationship. Statistics show that on average, 60% of teens learn more about birth control and prevention when being taught by their parents. Teens that have parental guidance along with what they learn in school are around 100% more likely to take the step in being prepared when it comes to sexual intercourse. It might not be an easy topic to have with a teenager, but it is one that is needed. When thinking about sustainability and teen pregnancy, I think about how the majority of teens do not work. Parents pay for it all. Thinking economically, the government is going to have to assist a teen that didn't take responsibility in the first place. Sex ed is also a class that is paid by the government, so steps need to be taken to make this more effective. With the amount of TV that gets watched nowadays, I believe TV has a major impact on teens as their view of right and wrong. Seems to me that almost anything you watch on public television has something to do with sex. According to one study done by RAND.org, they found that the majority of teens that become pregnant come from a single-parent household that do not limit the amount of TV that's being watched. Teens from the ages 16 and 19 that have high exposure to shows that express sex are more likely to become pregnant by the age of 19, compared to teens that have minimal exposure to shows that are based on sex. Shows that are on TV nowadays do not express the importance of contraceptives or abstinence. The majority of shows that make sex appealing are usually fictional or cartoons. On the other hand, reality TV shows about teen pregnancies are making a major impact. They show what a teen mom or father really deals with and does not make it look so much appealing. According to economics.com, two MTV shows that have really made an impact are 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom. The amount of teen pregnancies reduced almost 9% within the first 18 months it was released. This show actually talks about protection and birth control and the steps to take when thinking about having sexual intercourse. It also shows what really occurs on the parent or the mother's side and the father's side and what challenges they may face. After this show was released, teens started to actually do research on different contraceptives and ways of birth control. Thinking about sustainability again, TV is big on economy. Why not make it a good thing to help teens realize what can really happen? This, I believe, is just another resource to keep decreasing the teen pregnancy rate. In conclusion, sex is something very important that needs to be brought up firsthand. Making valuable statements and actions will lead to less likely chances of having a teenage mother or a father. I was shocked when I found out rates are dropping yearly, but not as low as they really should be. With the resources that are there, and the parents, and others being realistic with teens, I believe this rate will continue to drop as it needs to. Not only our families of teens, but also the economy. I know sex is something that I am never afraid to talk about with my 16-year-old sister. She might think I'm annoying, or I'm on her case, but I know when she gets older, she'll understand why I put so much pressure on her to not have sex, or at least to talk to me about it. As I stated before, I have a teenage cousin who is raising an almost 5-year-old daughter. I see the struggles she goes through, such as trying to make her school schedule fit her daycare schedule, trying to find a job that fits around school and daycare. She's not one that wants sympathy, but found out firsthand the struggle that occurs when you make one bad decision. It is a touchy subject for her, but her mother was killed when she was very young. Until just a few years ago, she didn't know that she didn't have the mother to run to ask questions. When it came to talking to her dad, she didn't know how to ask for the fact she is his only daughter. She didn't want to run to her brothers because then it would just make it the awkward situation, and her brothers didn't really know how to answer it either. She never uses this as an excuse, but I see it as how she really never was educated for the fact she had really no one to run to that was close to her. So she had no one to ask questions to. No matter how hard it is to bring up the subject of sex to your children, never be afraid to. Everyone will benefit from it in the end.